John, where did you take me now?
I took you to Oasis Date Gardens here in the Coachella Valley, organic grower of dates.
So like last week, 2 weeks ago, was the Coachella Music Festival.
And hopefully they came here to get dates because it's probably one of the best things down here.
That's what we came here for.
Right.
So we're here at Oasis. I got all my Barhi dates mailed to me in Phoenix from Oasis. This is a treat seeing their farm.
Wow, yeah, cool. And free date samples on the inside.
And we're gonna go watch the date educational movie.
Yeah.
See a wide variety of date stuff.
Let's learn about dates, but let's not be each other's date.
I think that we're on a date right now.
No, man.
Let's go inside. Okay, so here at Oasis, they have an educational movie that we're gonna watch right now to learn about dates and their farm. What is it, John? It's a VHS tape?
It's like VHS, dude. I'm not joking.
This Coachella Valley is like going back in time.
Palm trees are a familiar sight in Southern California.
Okay, so they got a really cool shop with some date shakes that are not vegan, so I can't get one. They only have ice cream to put in it. But they have a lot of samples of a wide variety of dates. So let me take you guys on a little bit of a date tour of the different varieties that they offer here at Oasis. So I've probably eaten maybe like 25 different varieties of dates, but one I've never had is this one called the Black McGrill. And it says the Black McGrill has a smooth, sticky skin, which is reminiscent of licorice. So this is their sample station. Let's try it. It's very dark, almost as dark as a Black Sphinx, but more dry than a Black Sphinx. I love that. I love that. That's amazing. Perfect chewiness. I'm gonna get 3 pounds of this. Okay, in this section they have everything you pretty much see on their website they have here in the store. So they have killer deals on dates. John already did the math, it's like $2 a pound. They got prickly pear jam, but a lot of different kinds of dates for a great price. So I'll probably grab a couple of the varieties that I like thanks to sampling them over there. And I'll bring home some new varieties in bulk, and then I'll eat them raw, but I'll also put them in my freezer, because if you freeze them, like in your freezer in your kitchen, they'll keep for a year or more, and you can have dates all year long. So it's a great deal. Okay, this section, there's 2 different kinds of dates I want to show you guys. This one is called a Thori. It's spelled like that. And it looks super dry. Super dry. Then we have the one we tried earlier, the Black McGill, which I'm going to get a whole box of. So look at how the range of colors can be very different depending on what you get. This one is a little dry, but it's chewy, and it still has a lot of moisture in it. This one is so dry that you have to be a little bit of a date snob and like the dry kind of texture of that particular variety. But I wish I could actually have enough space and land at my place to grow all these varieties, because I like the assortment. I gotta put my lunch lady gloves on. Oh, I just broke it. All right, I'm ready.
Big, Jake.
I guess so. I'm ready to give an enema and get some dates out at the same time. These look fantastic. Look at these guys. $5 a pound.
$5.50.
$5.50 a pound. Okay, I also just planted a dairy. It looks like dairy, but they say dairy most of the time. Date palm. It's the most vigorous grower in my yard, and it has the most amount of pups, and it just flowered this year for the first time. I got it from a date enthusiast who's from Syria, but now lives in Arizona. And we're gonna put all these dairy dates, because I want to be able to try the dates that my tree will ultimately produce in about a year or 2 from now. They have a really red color. Look at that red color. And just because they're so unique, I'm gonna get the Thori, because they're super dry, and I'm only gonna get about a pound of them. They're not my favorite, but they're very unique, so maybe I can use them in a recipe or something and cook with them, or do like a raw Cliff Bar with them or something like that I can make in my kitchen. And then lastly, I like this one a lot. I planted one in my yard. It's called the Halawi. I also just like saying the word Halawi. I don't know, Halawi, it's fun to say. And this one's a really good looking date, very soft. We're gonna get a few of these. The one thing that Oasis does not have, even though they're date Disneyland, they don't have the Black Sphinx. So I've got 3 Black Sphinx in my yard. I'm gonna have my own source of Black Sphinx in about 2 years from now, so I'll have a date that even Oasis doesn't have. Okay, so my other favorite that I've never had before that's here at Oasis is this one called a Samani. It's kind of a red date. That's how you spell it, Samani. It's pretty juicy. It's pretty good. And when I go over here to the bulk section where they all are, it's the one that's been purchased the most. So maybe that means it's the best one, I don't know. So we're gonna grab some of these Samanis. And I pretty much got probably about at least 2 days worth of dates. When John Kohler falls asleep and I binge eat all these dates tonight. All right, I'm gonna go over there and check out, get my stash, and then I'll show you guys some of the palms they have out front. Okay, I got my stash of 5 different varieties of dates here at Oasis. They stayed open a bit after close for us, which is very nice of them. I got edumacated from the movie about dates and date palms, and now we're gonna go out into the farm and just wander for a few minutes and check out the trees, which you guys can see behind me. The canopy, probably have thousands of date palms. And the movie we watched was very educational as to the history of the Coachella Valley and how dates have been synonymous with Coachella for dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of years. And they produce 90% of the dates that the US market purchases right here in the Coachella Valley. So pretty amazing, and I'm gonna go out there and live with the date. So John, you brought me to the Coachella Valley to see the date production that they have here, and it's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, man. It's cool.
I mean, we got a ton of dates. I got 5 or 6 varieties. I tasted maybe 8 new varieties in there.
Well, yeah, I tasted, they had 12 varieties. I tasted inside. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to make a video because they closed down on me. But well, it's all good, you know, they're missing out.
Don't cry, it's okay.
I'm not crying, man, it's cool. I mean, sometimes things are meant to happen and sometimes they're not. But honestly, Jake, just tasting some of the dates, like, I mean, we're not here at the right time of the year.
Sure, we're eating last year's crop.
Ate last year's crop that's been in cold storage for like months, and so like they're a lot more drier, and to me they just weren't as flavorful as they could be. So maybe I got to come back during like peak date season. They'd probably be a lot better.
And one of the coolest things to do when you come to these date farms is to fly the drone camera, because when you fly the drone, you get to see how, you know, date palm trees from above look like solar panels that are just soaking up every ounce of sunlight they can get. Okay, and we're about to head out to Los Angeles.
Right. Go out to dinner tonight, maybe.
You and me?
I'll lock.
Hey, so what did you get me to drink in the car on the way here? You're always hooking me up with cool juices that you juice fresh yourself.
Yeah, I juice that fresh myself. That's watermelon, and I've already drank in like almost, I don't know, 4 quarts.
Just pure watermelon.
Least I could do is give you some, yeah. It's a watermelon with the rind, so organic watermelon with the rind. So it's not like super sweet, but it's balanced out with the chlorophyll of the rind going in the juice. Juiced in a slow juicer.
Oh my God.
Isn't that good?
It's so good, I needed that. Now I can run to Los Angeles. Well, thanks for the adventure here in Dateland. This is like Dateland.
Dateland.
And the Flying Disc was an incredible place. A little smaller scale compared to Oasis, but also very environmentally friendly production he has over there.
Right.
Oasis is famous and humongous. We didn't get to talk to any other farmers to see how they're growing the palms, but it was still impressive to see both the farms, and they're right across the street from each other.
Well, actually the Flying Disc used to be Oasis land.
Right.
So what happened was the land got divided by a canal, and then there was like a jettisoned piece of land just off to the side, and they're like, oh, we'll just sell it.
So I know, I watch all your videos, and I've been friends with you for a while now, and I know that you're no filter, you tell it like it is.
Yeah.
So let me tell it like it is. Why don't you have at least 3 date palms at your Las Vegas property? You should. 1 in the backyard, 2 in the front yard. HOA, but they would go with the date palm.
So backyard is, I want to dedicate my space in the backyard to vegetable production. I would put them in the front yard, and I just haven't gotten off my tush to do that. Part of the reason is because when I grow my dates, I want to have really good soil to do that, and I don't have a really easy access of good quality, high-end soil to grow things in. So I haven't actually done anything in my front yard yet, but I'm planning on planting fruit trees in my front yard, including primarily jujubes and dates.
Maybe a fig. No, you
Yeah,
have a fig
fig.
in San Francisco.
Well, no, I'll do a fig in Vegas too. So a fig, jujubes, and dates are what are going to grow. They're going to grow the easiest, and they have, well, the dates and the Chinese dates or the jujubes have the highest trade value, and the figs, I just love figs, and they're quite expensive anyways.
What are the fruit trees at your California property? You have a sweet gomi.
I have a sweet
Fig.
gomi, fig,
You have the pineapple
loquat, apricot,
Pineapple guava
Pineapple
is kind
guava.
of tree-like.
peach, several different varieties of figs.
Well, let's get on the road and get our butts to the ocean.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.